In a world that celebrates overnight success stories and viral moments, we often forget that greatness is rarely born in a single burst of effort. It's built day by day through quiet, steady work. True achievement doesn't come from burning out in an intense sprint, but from showing up again and again, even when the excitement fades. The difference between those who reach their full potential and those who fall short is not obsession that consumes every waking moment, but consistency that nurtures progress over time. It's about embracing the process, refining your craft, and adapting when challenges arise. Passion is the spark, but consistency is the fuel that keeps the fire burning for years to come. Daily discipline beats rare intensity in the pursuit of any meaningful goal. It's easy to be swept away by the allure of sudden, dramatic effort. We've all seen moments where someone pushes themselves to the limit for a short time, spending sleepless nights working on a project, training until exhaustion, or pouring every ounce of energy into a single breakthrough moment. While those bursts can be impressive, they are rarely sustainable. What truly separates those who succeed long-term from those who fade after a short-lived peak is not the magnitude of their effort in one moment, but the regularity of their effort over time. Daily discipline has a quiet power that obsession can never match. Daily discipline is not about doing something once with unmatched intensity. It's about showing up every single day, regardless of mood, motivation, or convenience. It's the person who wakes up early to train, not just when they feel inspired, but every morning without fail. It's the writer who puts words on paper daily, even when the sentences don't come easily. It's the student who studies a little every day instead of cramming the night before an exam. This habit creates momentum, and momentum is what carries you through the inevitable challenges that come with any worthwhile pursuit. One of the reasons discipline beats intensity is that discipline builds endurance. Obsession burns bright, but often burns out. When we rely on bursts of effort, we exhaust ourselves emotionally and physically. Over time, this leads to frustration and quitting altogether. But with steady discipline, we conserve our energy for the long haul. We train our minds and bodies to perform consistently, which is far more valuable than a single period of extreme productivity. It's like building a muscle. You can't expect one intense workout to make you strong. Strength comes from training repeatedly, giving your body time to grow and adapt. Another key advantage of daily discipline is that it creates a rhythm that naturally improves performance. When you engage in your craft every day, you learn more about it without even realizing it. Small adjustments, better techniques, and deeper understanding come naturally. Over time, these small improvements stack on top of each other until they transform your abilities. What once felt difficult becomes natural, and what once seemed impossible becomes achievable. Daily discipline also shapes character. It teaches patience, resilience, and humility. There will be days when you don't feel like putting in the work. There will be moments when results seem slow, when progress feels invisible. These are the times that test you, and they are also the moments that define you. By continuing to show up anyway, you prove to yourself that your commitment is stronger than your comfort. This is a quiet victory that no one may see, but it's the foundation for every visible success you'll ever achieve. Some people mistakenly believe that daily discipline is less passionate than obsession, as if working in smaller, consistent steps shows less dedication than going all in. In truth, discipline is the purest form of dedication because it survives without constant motivation. Obsession needs the fuel of excitement. Discipline runs on the fuel of commitment. You do it because you decided it matters, not because it feels good in the moment. And that is what makes it reliable. In the end, daily discipline beats rare intensity because it respects the reality of growth. Every meaningful achievement, whether in sports, business, art, or personal life, takes time. You can't skip the process, no matter how passionate you are. The road to mastery is paved with small, repeated actions that build into something extraordinary. When you choose daily discipline over obsession, you choose to build something that lasts, something that can withstand setbacks, something that will carry you beyond the initial spark and into lasting success. Focus on growth, not perfection. Perfection is a tempting goal. It promises an image of flawlessness, a sense that once you reach it, there will be no more mistakes, no more failures, no more shortcomings. Yet the pursuit of perfection often traps us in hesitation, self-doubt, and endless comparison. It's a moving target, one that shifts further away the closer we think we get. Growth, on the other hand, is real, measurable, and attainable. While perfection is a final destination that doesn't truly exist, growth is a journey that transforms us along the way. To succeed consistently, we must focus on growth instead of being consumed by perfection. When you focus on growth, you give yourself permission to start where you are and improve step by step. You don't wait for the perfect time, the perfect tools, or the perfect conditions. You take the first step and then the next. Growth-minded individuals understand that skill, knowledge, and confidence are built layer by layer through repeated effort and learning from mistakes. If you wait until you feel perfectly ready, you may never begin at all. The willingness to begin imperfectly is often the spark that sets a lifetime of progress into motion. Perfection has another trap. It convinces us that mistakes are failures. In reality, mistakes are the raw material of improvement. Every athlete, artist, entrepreneur, or leader has made errors along the way, not because they were careless, but because they were learning. When you aim for growth, mistakes become teachers instead of enemies. You begin to see them not as a sign that you aren't good enough, but as proof that you are pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. This shift in mindset changes the entire experience of learning, turning frustration into curiosity and criticism into self-awareness. Focusing on growth also makes progress sustainable. The quest for perfection often drives people into cycles of extreme effort followed by burnout. They push too hard trying to get everything right, and when the impossible standard isn't met, they feel discouraged and stop altogether. Growth doesn't demand that you be the best instantly. It simply asks that you be better than you were yesterday. This gentle but steady upward trend is far easier to maintain, and over time, it builds results that perfectionists rarely achieve because they quit before they can see the reward. Another benefit of a growth focus is that it encourages adaptability. Perfection insists on a rigid idea of success. If reality doesn't match the plan exactly, it feels like failure. Growth, however, welcomes change. It recognizes that new challenges, unexpected opportunities, and even setbacks can all contribute to your development. This flexibility allows you to evolve with circumstances rather than being broken by them. People who embrace growth can adjust their strategies without losing sight of their long-term goals, which is essential for consistency over years and decades. Perhaps most importantly, choosing growth over perfection builds confidence. When your measure of success is improvement, you always have something to celebrate. Even small wins matter because they prove that you are moving forward. This steady reinforcement keeps your motivation alive. Over time, those small wins accumulate into mastery, not because you avoided every mistake, but because you learned from every one of them. True confidence doesn't come from never falling. It comes from knowing you can get back up and keep going. In life, the greatest transformations are rarely perfect. They are messy, uncertain, and full of lessons that no shortcut can teach. By focusing on growth, you give yourself the freedom to evolve at your own pace, to adapt when needed, and to build success that lasts. You stop fearing mistakes and start using them as tools. You stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating progress in the present moment. So let perfection be an illusion you no longer chase. Choose growth, and you will find that over time, your progress will outshine the perfection you once thought you needed. Preparation shapes performance. Success is rarely the product of chance. Behind every outstanding performance, whether on a stage, in a boardroom, on a field, or in personal milestones, there is preparation. It is the quiet, often unseen work that lays the foundation for every visible achievement. Preparation isn't glamorous. It doesn't make headlines, and it doesn't always give instant gratification. But it is the single greatest factor that determines whether your performance, when the moment arrives, will be average, good, or truly exceptional. Preparation is about more than simply practicing a skill. It's about building readiness in every aspect of yourself. It's the hours spent training your body so it can respond instinctively, the mental conditioning that keeps you focused under pressure, and the small daily habits that sharpen your abilities. Without preparation, even the most talented individuals are left vulnerable to inconsistency. Talent can give you a head start, but preparation is what carries you across the finish line. One of the most overlooked aspects of preparation is consistency. A few intense sessions of last-minute work can never replace the cumulative effect of regular, focused effort over time. When you prepare consistently, you not only improve your skills, but also condition yourself to perform under various circumstances. You become adaptable, able to handle surprises because you've practiced more than just the ideal scenario. You've prepared for challenges, mistakes, and unexpected turns. This is the difference between being lucky and being ready. Preparation also builds confidence. There is a special kind of calm that comes from knowing you have done the work. Confidence in high pressure situations doesn't come from hoping things will go well. It comes from the certainty that you've rehearsed, trained, and refined every detail you could control. This quiet assurance allows you to focus entirely on the task at hand instead of being distracted by doubt. Without preparation, even the most promising opportunities can be overshadowed by hesitation. Another crucial element is that preparation sharpens decision-making. In the heat of the moment, there's often no time to analyze every possibility. The best decisions are made quickly and accurately because they are built on a foundation of prior learning and practice. Preparation creates this mental library of experiences to draw from. When you've put in the hours, your instincts are informed by repetition, and your choices become faster and more effective. It's also worth noting that preparation demands discipline, not obsession. Obsession can lead to overtraining, burnout, or neglecting other important areas of life. Balanced preparation means putting in enough work to be ready without crossing into unhealthy extremes. This balance ensures that your efforts are sustainable, allowing you to maintain peak performance over the long term. You prepare steadily, knowing that your consistency will compound into readiness when it matters most. Preparation isn't just physical or mental, it's also strategic. It's about anticipating what's ahead and positioning yourself to meet it effectively. That might mean studying your competition, understanding your environment, or developing multiple backup plans. Strategic preparation gives you options, and options create control. Even if the unexpected happens, you're not caught off guard. You simply switch to the next plan because you prepared for that possibility. When the big moment finally arrives, it will feel like it's over in the blink of an eye. That's when preparation shows its true value. All the hours of unseen effort, the routines that felt repetitive, the small adjustments you made day after day, they all come together in that moment. And the outcome will rarely be a surprise, because your performance will be a reflection of the preparation you've invested. In the end, preparation shapes performance because it transforms uncertainty into readiness. It ensures that when your chance comes, you're not relying on luck, you're relying on the work you've already done. Success isn't a coincidence, it's the natural result of being prepared, and the beauty of preparation is that it's always within your control. You may not be able to predict the future, but you can prepare for it. Adaptability fuels longevity in any long-term pursuit. Whether it's a career, a sport, or a personal mission, one truth remains constant: change is inevitable. Circumstances shift, challenges arise, and the path you imagined rarely unfolds exactly as planned. Those who thrive for years, even decades, share one vital trait: adaptability. It's not just about working hard, it's about adjusting your strategies without losing your determination. If consistency is the engine that drives you forward, adaptability is the steering wheel that keeps you on the road no matter how sharp the turns become. Adaptability begins with the understanding that no plan is perfect forever. What worked yesterday may not work tomorrow. Markets evolve, technology advances, opponents improve, and life throws unexpected events in your path. Those who cling rigidly to one way of doing things often find themselves stuck when conditions change. On the other hand, adaptable people treat change not as a threat, but as an opportunity to grow, improve, and gain an advantage. They are willing to reassess their methods, experiment with new approaches, and refine their goals as the situation demands. One of the biggest misconceptions about consistency is that it means doing the same thing the same way forever. In reality, true consistency lies in maintaining your commitment to the goal while adjusting the path to reach it. Imagine sailing across the ocean. The wind and currents constantly shift, so you adjust your sails and steering, but your destination remains the same. Without adaptability, you risk drifting off course or being stopped entirely by the first obstacle you encounter. Adaptability also builds resilience. Challenges can be discouraging, especially when they come unexpectedly, but an adaptable mindset reframes them as puzzles to solve rather than walls to break through. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" adaptable people ask, "How can I respond to this in a way that moves me forward?" This shift in perspective keeps momentum alive, even when the road becomes steep and uncertain. In addition, adaptability keeps your skills relevant. Over time, the tools, strategies, and knowledge that brought you success may become outdated. Without adaptation, even the most skilled individual can fall behind. Those who continually learn, update their methods, and embrace innovation not only maintain their success, but often stay ahead of the competition. This doesn't mean abandoning the fundamentals. It means building on them, evolving with the times, and adding new strengths to your foundation. Adaptability also prevents burnout. Sticking rigidly to one method, especially if it's no longer effective, can be exhausting and demotivating. By staying open to change, you can find fresh ways to engage with your work, reignite your passion, and sustain your drive over the long term. Variety, when used wisely, can keep consistency alive by making the process more enjoyable and less repetitive. Importantly, adaptability doesn't mean losing your identity or abandoning your values. It means being flexible in method, not in purpose. Your core principles and long-term vision remain the same. It's the steps you take that shift to fit the moment. This balance between stability and flexibility is the key to longevity in any pursuit. History, business, sports, and personal life all teach the same lesson. The most enduring success belongs to those who can both stay the course and change course when needed. They are not blown around by every gust of wind, but neither do they stubbornly sail straight into storms. They adapt, adjust, and evolve, all while keeping their eyes on the horizon. In the end, adaptability fuels longevity because it keeps you moving forward, no matter what changes come your way. When combined with consistency, it becomes an unstoppable force, a commitment to keep going, paired with the wisdom to know how to keep going in a changing world. It's this combination that turns short-term success into a lifelong achievement. Passion with balance. Passion is a powerful force. It fuels our drive, gives meaning to our efforts, and pushes us to reach beyond what we thought possible. Without passion, work becomes mechanical and life feels empty. Yet, passion on its own can be both a gift and a trap. When left unchecked, it can slip into obsession, an all-consuming pursuit that drains energy, narrows perspective, and risks burning out the very spark that ignited it in the first place. The key to sustaining passion for the long term is balance, the ability to channel that fire without letting it consume every corner of your life. Passion inspires action. It's what makes someone put in the extra hours, rehearse a little longer, or study a little harder. But without balance, passion can push a person to extremes, leading to exhaustion or neglect of other important areas: health, relationships, rest, and even joy outside the main pursuit. True success comes from passion that is steady and sustainable, a flame that burns brightly but doesn't scorch everything around it. Balance begins with perspective. Your passion may be at the center of your ambitions, but it's not the whole of who you are. You are more than your craft, career, or achievements. Maintaining other aspects of life, family, friendships, physical health, mental well-being, doesn't take away from your dedication, it actually strengthens it. When you return to your work after time spent recharging or connecting with others, you bring a clearer mind and renewed energy. One of the dangers of obsession is that it often blinds us to other possibilities. We become so focused on one path that we ignore opportunities to learn, adapt, or grow in ways that could ultimately enhance our main goal. Balance keeps our vision open. It allows us to be deeply committed without becoming so narrowly focused that we miss valuable experiences or insights. A balanced approach welcomes inspiration from unexpected places, lessons from a book unrelated to our field, encouragement from a conversation with a friend, or creativity sparked during moments of rest. Another important aspect of balance is pacing. Passion sometimes tempts us to sprint toward the finish line, pushing ourselves beyond healthy limits, but many of life's most meaningful achievements are marathons, not sprints. By pacing ourselves, allowing for periods of intense focus followed by deliberate recovery, we ensure that we can keep going year after year. This isn't about working less. It's about working smarter, protecting both our physical and mental endurance. Balance also makes passion more enjoyable. When our drive becomes an obsession, the joy of the work can fade, replaced by stress and pressure. We start to measure every moment by results alone, forgetting the love that brought us to the work in the first place. Balance keeps passion connected to enjoyment, reminding us that the process is as important as the outcome. When we take time to celebrate small wins, appreciate progress, and find satisfaction in the effort itself, passion becomes a lifelong companion rather than a fleeting burst. It's important to remember that balance doesn't mean diluting your commitment. It doesn't mean giving less effort or caring less deeply. It means structuring your life so that your passion has room to grow without burning out. It means setting healthy boundaries, respecting your own limits, and understanding that rest is not a sign of weakness. It's an essential part of long-term strength. In the end, passion with balance is what turns ambition into a sustainable journey. It allows you to give your best without losing yourself in the process. It ensures that your fire burns for years, not just in a single blaze of intensity. When passion is guided by balance, it doesn't fade, it matures, deepens, and continues to inspire not only you, but everyone who witnesses your journey.